It's just been about who's surfed better on the better waves, and that's exactly what we want to see. Here we go, Eli Hanneman. Deep bottom turn. Cranks it off the top. Beautiful carving slash there for Eli. Another vertical snap.
Wow.
The airdrop, adding to the drama of the turn. Stop it. The third turn was whippy. Comes around a big section. Sets it up again. I mean, every turn has been dynamic.
Wow.
Fluid. Powerful. Huge section on the inside. Cracks into it.
My guy.
All right, well, we were talking about his errors, but what about that power? Here we go, Mitch.
Well, dude, I mean, these first two are world class. It doesn't get better than that. How's that carve? Fully committed on rail. Look at the second bottom turn straight up into the lip. That was a huge section right there on the second one. But I love the commitment right there. I mean, he already did so much work with the first two and left no regard for that wave on the third one. But look at this combo on the inside, too. Reads it well, never rushing anything. Make sure to get there just in time for this last one and ride out cleanly. He shut me up. I mean, I thought he was going to go to the air. He went to the rail. And this should be the first excellent score of the event, Chris. But those first three on the outside, pristine, clean, and of course, we're talking about the Flying Hawaiian out here with Eli Hanneman. How about his timing? The kid from Lahaina. Love what I'm seeing out of him so far.
You know, this is all types of power on display.
It's now what's funny is I never reach for my bigger boards. I just always believe that my 5.7s are going to do the job, but I feel like it's probably something that would be better to do more and try it out and push harder on those type of models. Brisa on hers looking so sharp. This looks to be the similar sort of spray and equipment she's had over the Aussie leg as well. Wow, massive second turn here for Brisa Hennessy. Holds that bottom turn, draws even harder through that third carve here, building momentum. Brisa, this is the fire she's been chasing all season. Massive end turn here for Brisa Hennessy. She gets the ride out. I'm talking 4-5 big turns. This is guaranteed got to be a good number right now.
I'm not kidding you. I just got chicken skin watching that. That was insane. This is a very unique approach line here. It almost looks like mid-face. She cuts back right here, snaps the line over, and then drops to the bottom, allowing the wave to steepen up, and then delivers.
Wow.
That sort of 1-2 punch right there, you know you're off to the races. And at that point, then it kind of becomes like, okay, look, we know the end sections have been brutal. Let's focus, slow down. But this, again, it's tough timing. She gets there a little bit earlier, gets out of the lip so she doesn't have to deal with that impact. What a great ride.
I actually love that she got there earlier. I feel like she learnt from that last wave and thought, okay, let's put this into practice now. Just that second turn as well was so under the lip. It was so meaty coming back towards her. But the fact that she's not afraid to attack those sections at full speed as well and is constantly adapting from mistakes learnt on previous rides.
Yes.
This is an in-form Brisa Hennessy
100%.
right now.
It's so smart. That turn is, maybe we sacrificed a little bit of radicality, but like she pulled it. And that's an incredible ride. It's presented so well.
Go nuts moment for Joel Vaughn. Again, one section could be the difference maker. Here we go with Sammy Pupo, Mr. Consistency. So this is going to be his 8th wave ridden. Great start, nice flow. Just another beautiful carve. Quick tail slide there. Maximizing every section, but just not making it look like too much. He's doing just the right amount. There's that little stall. And there's the finish. I mean, he hasn't made mistakes on any good waves yet. Started the 6.5, backed that up quick with the 5.5, just dropped to 7.17.
As well as he could have surfed a wave right here. And, you know, the cool thing about his development so far is that he's always been a great surfer, but it's all about decision-making in the heat end.
As we get things started, Crosby Colapinto takes on Morgan Siblick. USA versus Australia in this one. Cros, big turns to start, belting the lip line with the tail drift. Attacks the section there that was crumbling towards him, and then a beautiful frontside slice. Goes down, the pace cut back. Tracking down to a nice section for the wrap. Fits in a nicely set up float. He's laying low and just kind of riding on top of the foam there.
And he's going to have to bring it because this was a singeing ride from Crosby.
Opening ride for Cros here, Strider.
This turn right here, technically to come out of that with speed, throwing the tail like that. I mean, it's just really the down the line rhythm, right? On a right hand point break, it's all about coming out of your moves with speed, and he's really showing us that, you know, that's possible to get critical, throw the fins out, and then continue down the line to do more. It's so hard to stay on your board on that last part of the wave right there. It's just cupping out. We're going to see that more and more, but, you know.
Across the word, Kauli now. He's going to get his start. Great looking first connection here for our Tahitian surfer. Beautiful looking second turn as well. Just that bottom turn, it is so drawn out. You can see he's sitting right on that foam pocket there. He's going for a finish. This is an incredible exchange between these two surfers. Almost a 15-minute wait.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best out here.
And this is wave, Kanoa. I mean, that first turn, the drift on it too, was kind of a Kauli textbook move.
He picked the perfect backsiders wave. That's, you know, the best waves aren't necessarily the biggest or the angriest looking waves. This just had like a perfect pace to it, and he just had that backside tempo. You know, when you get into that tempo and that rhythm on your backhand.
Pleasantly surprised showing up.
Yeah, we've got the window all the way to the 15th. It looks fun at the end too. Wow, Gabby Bryan. I just cannot get over how powerful this lady is at surfing. Harking into yet another big carve here for Gabby. Goes high, gets over that lump in the middle of the wave right now. Attacks again for Gabby Bryan into a fin drift on the end. Are you kidding me? She is just so good at surfing. It really is not a joke, but that wave start to finish.
So she's not the only one. Yago also riding the mono, which is typically for a bit larger wave, but with the power that it has out here right now, she is just on fire. And we talk about those carves in the pocket. Her timing is so special. She has really developed a great relationship with this wave right here, Strider. And personally, my favorite turn of the wave right here, this last one. I mean, goes up in the lip, but look at how tough she goes in that blowtail.
I feel like she did a little hair bun claim right there, too, with the head shake at the end. That was amazing. Watch this power gouge. I mean, that was nothing but precision where everything, she's laying into those turns on the tail and then re-engaging on the rail coming out of it to find speed. This is some of the better surfing you're going to find, and maybe the best, because that yellow jersey's on her back for a reason, and I feel like she's letting everybody know that that turn right there is almost unbeatable by anybody.
And just this next bottom turn into this big old hack, it's just like the way that she drives off that back foot. You said it before, Strider, like that it's arguably the best on tour, both men and women right now. Beautiful surfing.
And the fact that she's, you know, just getting warmed up, I feel like, you know, that's what we're seeing here. Like, we saw her first wave was a 6, you know, and her next score is dropping probably into excellent, as this one is. And I feel like she's going to just continue to get another one of these scores. See the little hair?
That was a claim. It was a claim, yeah.
She was notably irritable about it on the beach before she went in the water, but she said that's the price you pay.
That is it. Anat Lelior, she's going to try and get herself into this heat right now. Nice looking first turn here. That's a better looking second one. Really vertical in. A lot of oncoming water. If she can hold on, that's going to be a good number. And Nat loves it. She beats the chest. She's thinking this is the energy she needed.
I feel like this is going to probably better Sawyer's wave. I mean, first turn was really clean, hit it well, but this right here, vertical, straight up into the corner, and then this closeout section, she really connected well. Like, and for her to direct the board straight out to get out in front of the whitewater at the finish was solid. You know, there was a lot of water flying off the top of that wave. Then she throws it, vertical right in the hook. You know what I mean? It's really hard to position your board. But look at her throw the board out in front of her right there to get out in front of this wave was really hard to do. And I feel like that's where the energy came right here.
Yeah, just pure attack mode there for Anat Lelior. And I think as well, the Katie, clean-looking canvas out the back. Beautiful bowl. Oh, my gosh. Draws into a good first carve here for Katie Simmers. Loving just the transition between those last 3 maneuvers. So quick, so light-footed, just so reactive. Katie Simmers, she's a world champion, and that is quite the way to open up a heat right now.
Huge fan of this wave right here. When we talk about flow, Tanner, I mean, no lack of it on this one for Katie.
Her timing is literally impeccable. Up into the lip, and then bam, that is so hard to get your tail. to get your toes engaged there, to get up to the lip again. We've seen a lot of surfers having trouble with that last hit and the timing of it, and she just crushed it.
Outside 101 right there, Jess. You're looking at north side of Pier Bowl for Katie Simmers on this one, especially with all that froth. So many days you're surfing in the summer and in the winter time over there at no side. But these last two, I mean, transition, quick, well done on the Chris Sports designs for Katie Simmers.
8 minutes to go. Katie Simmers here, Mitch.
Yeah, this is incredible. There are few people on the planet that can surf this wave the way she did. Really big carve, but this second turn is outstanding. I mean, you talk about committing yourself to an end section, riding out with the white water there, and that's a wave that is easily overhead for Caitlin Simmers, too. She did one a few years ago on a smaller wave just like this, but we are talking about excellence when it comes to maneuver selection and execution, gentlemen. Wow.
That was brutal.
Ladies.
That was insane. So I have to mention
Sorry.
here.
The mansplaining, I guess, rubbed off on me over there.
You know, finish that massive inside smasher on the closeout section.
Here we go, Yago Dora. To his feet, flying down the line, quick snap to start. I mean, everything will be elevated today. Up and into it. Perfect section for Yago Dora. I mean, he is flying into this thing right up and into the lip. That was expert timing for the skinny goat, Yago Dora. So 3 big hammers on a massive wave, giving the judges exactly what they're looking for.
A little bit. But these waves are double overhead and have so much power. And for him, look, he almost fell, was bobbled off at the takeoff. And then he goes to work with that arc in the corner. And then this thing waits for it, loads up, and absolutely just cracks it. And I feel like the pace right here, he realized that after his first wave that he had to do it early. And he fixed his problem, you know, and came out ahead of that wave. And you could see the stoke after finishing. But really, I mean, pushing as hard as he can under that thing, waterfall, gets a full shower and comes out and then times this last wave perfectly to come riding out in front of it. That was beautiful work right there.
I mean, that was precision, too. That section was menacing. This is bravery. I mean, that's a huge wave. And to be able to look at that thing and just pick the spot and that pinpoint.
Wow, look at this thing. Ooh.
Now he's got the front row seat. This is a perfect roll-in for Leonardo Fioravanti.
Oh.
Huge snap to start. Now we're talking. Look at this clean, open face. Just a brutalist carve on his second turn. Another perfectly placed third turn. And here you see, this is where everything starts to fall into place for Leonardo Fioravanti. 2 savage cuts on the outside. He's got to get a big finish here if he wants to get the attention of the judges. Another perfectly placed turn there. Slams it again. I don't think he could have done much more on that wave. That was beautiful, powerful, precise surfing. What we've come to expect from Leonardo Fioravanti. That is going to be a good score.
I mean, look at this wave. He perfectly drops in, and he doesn't wait for it. He goes straight to the lip line, and that's what they're waiting for that. They're enjoying the power carve. Like that whole section presented itself, and he did not back down. All 100% on the speed and the rail and the setup on the inside. This wave allowed him to go back to work. So really great job by Leo Fioravanti to just completely capitalize on the opportunity, finding the lip 4 times on that wave. Literally exactly what the judges are looking for.
I feel like there's a lot of regular footers on the 2026 Championship Tour that all surf really, really good, but they surf similar. There's a group of 4 or 5 of them. I love Leo's style. It's unique. It's different. I mean, he has that kind of throwback to silky smoothness to him, but then he also can unleash and go up and do those tricks that were the perfect trick selection for this wave. I think that like upside down layback that he did at the beginning, that's just when you're, checking things off the box.
Drop the wallet on the inside right there, too, with so much power.
We knew it.
Look at that. He loved it.
Live action. Here goes Pupo. Searing carve to start. Quick slash back. He throws the fins. Can he ride out? He whips it around.
What's up?
No surprise there from Sammy Pupo, knowing exactly what he needed to do. Bring the excitement and focus back to him.
That the judges are going to really reward him because look, this wind up. Look at the wall on this thing just going, hit me. It comes off the corner and just raw. The biggest down carve sweeps, and then look at this closeout section. Just throws the tail to the beach. I mean, completely whips it out. On a heavy consequential section too. Like, look at how much board and play that thing had out in front of the lip line. I mean, just comes out of it super smooth.
And the whip too, adding.
World number one, Gabby Bryan. This is her first wave of the quarterfinal. It's a good looking wave too. Fast through that mid part, hits it nice and convincingly as she builds speed for this inside track here. In front of the rookie, hacks it for a finishing turn here for Gabby Bryan. She waited a long time. She had a little bit of style and energy by the end there too. She was feeling that wave.
I'm so impressed with Gabby. Her heat against Yolanda had a similar feeling where it didn't start for a really long time. There was pressure applied to her.
Obviously, just so sharp on this wave. Let's take a good breakdown of this wave.
Well, this has a lot of advantage. We'll see it play out for a regular foot surfer. She does a great job. These opening maneuvers are huge. This turn's amazing. Right here is what I'm talking about. Gets around this section to keep going down the line, keep the scoring potential alive. This wave, actually, we didn't see the first two hits real time. This is a phenomenal score for Gabriela to start the heat.
I just think Gabby, she's so lethal on this wave. And just the fact that she has so much sheer power out of barely even trying as well. She's just such a strong surfer. Obviously has one of the best in the world in her corner, being Carissa Moore. And these guys, they feed off each other's energy. And this was such a convincing way to start the heat. This heat has a fun-looking storyline playing through it. Let's see if Carissa Moore can get herself back into this heat right now. Just over 9 minutes to go. Good-looking wave in front of our 5-time world champ. Pushes hard on the tail, draws out a beautiful-looking roundhouse here from Carissa Moore. Opens up the wings, drives harder through that next pocket. Let's see what this inside track has on offer here for Carissa Moore. Starts to load up. This is this big finishing section, pushes, gets that tail loose and free. This has been such an interesting heat.
Yeah, this wave is, it's interesting. The takeoff spot of this is well down the line from where we originally were taking off in this heat. Carissa readjusts after she grabbed that board, must have had some words from Luke. These turns, insane. She's making the most of this wave. This is that spot where it goes into the flat zone before your final end section, so she has to readjust and stays on the board now, knows she's got to do that kind of work, and that's a good wave, right? And we're going to clash that against Lulu's, but great adjustment by Carissa to see, hey, further down the line, there is opportunity for me to be putting turns and carves like this together on one wave, a much slower wave, right? We've seen a lot of racing around sections, and this is a great adjustment and wave selection for Carissa.
And to be fair, Lulu's 5.67, it was smart. She had to make that decision there because at 13 minutes to go, the highest wave score we had in this heat was a 2.5. So Lulu got herself a grip on the reins for this heat, but then that left Carissa out the back with priority, with choice of whatever wave. Finals day is up and running here at the Surf City El Salvador Pro. Kanoa Igarashi, first wave of the quarterfinal on the men's side of the draw. Good looking wave here. Great first turn. Comes into it hard on that second one. So consistent Kanoa has been this entire event. It gives us an air reverse to work with as well. What a way to make a statement at the start of a heat right now. A little bit foamy through the inside here, but still just keeping so much energy and momentum rolling through down the line right now. Bowls up again. We know he's going to push hard into his turns. What does this end section have for us? Nice looking finishing turn. Kanoa Igarashi starting off strong. Obviously a hard matchup, especially when Kanoa starts like this turner.
Yeah, for me, honestly, this is kind of your classic Kanoa start. He is so efficient at providing himself the best opportunity and then unlocking all of his variety. Nice stabbing first turn. Did not see that coming. Right out of the bowl into an air reverse turn, and then regroups and sets himself up, slows the pace down, which is really nice to see. And these ending maneuvers at this point, the final maneuver, in my opinion, is the classic Kanoa push turn, where he places his turn so perfectly, then pushes the spray out the back and creates so much emphasis.
And you'll see, he'll probably, next wave, there's a good chance that he lights this thing up.
Yeah, let's see. Leo using priority on this one. We've got just over 21 minutes here. Good time to rip into this first carve here for Leo. Pushes hard on that second one. We knew he wasn't going to back down for a fight on this wave. Pushes into these two calves through this inside section. That sharp eye looking incredible under his feet as well. Just staying so tight in the pocket. It really is getting him these nice big scores here. Completed ride, as you mentioned earlier, there's big points in finishing your waves with conviction as well. So Leo, he almost looked a little bit angry.
You nail it on his carves as well. They've been really noteworthy here in El Salvador. The way he's able to utilize speed through all of his power turns is incredible. He takes his foot right off the brakes, unloads with all the speed, and creates so much torque in the pocket. It's really well executed and presented so well, you know. And like, notice he's not really going to anything other than fundamental power surfing and saying, hey, I'm here for it.
It got better the second time round. It really did. I mean, it's heats like this where I go, how good is surfing? Because Leo was on the ropes, was comboed, and then answered back with so much aggression, class, and power on that wave. Right now, Carissa Moore needing a 7-3-3. Great first connection here from the 5-time world champion. Punches it again on the second and the third. Felt like a little bit of a skater drop out of that third turn as well. This inside section has proven to be a little tricky to read, but Carissa looking so smooth. Hits it again. Let's watch this one bowl up on the inside. There's a little bit more down the line here. Let's see if she can really maximize, get a good finishing turn. Okay, drift the fin out the back here for Carissa Moore. Needed a 7-3-3. That was a great use of priority because there's been a few sets that haven't kept that energy all the way through, but that one sure did.
Really focused, high-intensity, high-performing surfing and not fall. And Carissa did a great job. This wave looked so tricky to me. It had a lot of rib in it with noise from residual wind factor, and she's just hammering away as if it is a glassy, easy-to-locate right-hand point. So Carissa really put herself back into this heat with this ride.
Do you see it going there? I love it. Put you on the spot, Tyler.
Okay. Well, my honest opinion is that I think it will be just under, because Gabriela's first wave at a 6.5, I think the difference of her 6.5 and this needing to be a 7.3 is too big of a gap for it to get over a 7.3.
I felt like it had some pretty big moments on those opening sections there, maybe lacking through the middle to end part until that big punch on the tail drift there. But Carissa, I feel like she surfed this wave so well.
When we did take that break, added some time on the clock to give these surfers a chance to hunt and find potentially a wave like this. So Leo coming from deep as well, cranks it around the bottom. Nice layback slash. Bam, hits it again. Second one was a kick. Third turn, hard carve. Fourth quick snap. So a lot more room to work on this wave for Leo. Even the middle carves, the setup carves, throw tons of spray. Blast the final section. Solid combination of moves there for Leo.
He destroyed that wave.
That was impressive.
Talk about picking
comboed it.
The perfect wave. This wave had an ultimate corner on it for 5 or 6 turns. I mean, watch each and every one of these things are just placed perfectly, and he's just smashing it, giving all the power, pushing the fins out, finding a vertical lip line. I mean, it was nonstop the entire wave. He never gave up. He barely ever even pumped. And then he came to the inside and finished with a super strong tail waft. Like, that was a fist pumper, like, win the race kind of stuff right there. That was insane.
8 turns down the line. Leo is revved up. To me, that was perfect surfing on kind of an imperfect wave. It did have really good sections down the line, but not an easy wave to surf. I don't think you could have done much more on that.
That wave had the most incredible corner on it the whole time.
But just burying some rail there. Now Carissa Moore out the back on a good-looking bowl, just absolutely detonating that section. Let's do it again. It goes even bigger on the next one. That is the wave that Tyler Wright has been chasing for the last 20 minutes in this final.
This was opposite of the case. Carissa sort of had a Dreamweaver wave face here, and she was allowed to open up, and exactly what we were talking about. She's laid the groundwork, and now she's just filling it in with turns like this. That was incredible.
I love the fact as well, let's just sit back and remember, she called herself the underdog earlier today, but then goes out and does surfing like this.
Totally. And you know what that kind of gave a little insight to is her mindset, right? When you're the underdog, you're hungry. You're on the attack. It is all offense. So she's coming in against...
With Leonardo, and here we go. Pumping around a big section. There's the first turn of the final. Layback snap straight up into the lip. Now he's building tons of speed, hunting for the section. The wave just crumbling around him. Now he gets on the open face. Quick redirect. Bam, straight up into the lip. High speed float. Comes around it again. Another layback jam. Kind of a two-stager. Goes vertical. This wave just growing down the line. This wasn't an easy place for him to get to, but he got there quick. Adding a second turn. Now he finishes strong on the inside. Leo is now on the board, folks.
What a way to start off the final, especially gaining position over Italo, who tends to be on the first wave of the heat too.
Leo, so we're going to have to see what he does for the remainder of these 34 minutes. But what makes this wave such a special opening wave?
Well, I think variety of maneuvers is one thing too, but I think the tempo of it. He was chasing it a good amount at the beginning of the wave. Judges typically don't like that, but once he made it to the open face, he made it count. Good 2 for 1 right there. Speed float down the line. Love the commitment to that turn right there, Chris. Just fully blows a tail out the back, straight up into the lip. So combo of major maneuvers. And I love the way he was able to approach the back end of this wave and slow the tempo down. That's something here about the point that a lot of people tend to have difficulties figuring out. It goes from real fast to soft, slow.